All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I'm sitting here watching the Giants game, and they're getting smacked right now by the Cowboys. And I'm not gonna sit here and watch this. And it's looking similar to the Steelers game from earlier. So if you're a football fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I figured this would be a good opportunity, a quick video where I could just make about Tyson Fury. I've been meaning to address this because it's really bothering me. Now, the thing is, my stance on Tyson Fury, I think he's a phenomenal fighter. You know what I mean? I enjoy watching him fight. I really don't have anything against him. Because I think as a fighter, I think he's a very, very good fighter. You know what I mean? I do think he's the best fighter at heavyweight. I still think there needs to be work done as far as him fighting Usyk for Undisputed, possibly fighting Anthony Joshua in the future. But I think Tyson Fury is a good fighter. I never put too much stock into any of his antics. All of the things that he says to the media every other day. He contradicts himself all the time. He's been that way for a while now. I really never bought into any of that stuff. I barely make content off the things he say on a day-to-day. All right. With that being said, I totally agree when it comes to him talking about finances. You know what I mean? Because this is your career. This sport does not love you. The fans don't love you. The media don't love you. Even the promoters and the networks and the sanctioning bodies, they don't really love you. A lot of the fans are just here for their own personal entertainment. They don't really care for your well-being most of the time. So I understand him wanting to make his money and get out the game, make his money his own way. He is one of the top fighters in the sport. He is the most well-known, one of the most well-known fighters in the sport today. With that being said, he should be in control of his own destiny. And I have no issues with that. I think a lot of these fighters, a lot of people bring up Floyd Mayweather. A lot of these fighters are becoming smarter, as far as how to, what path to take for their careers. Make a lot of money, get out of the game without taking too much damage. If you can do that and you can set your family up for the next 3 or 4 generations financially, that's a beautiful thing. So I'm all in support of that. Now, as a fighter, all right, if you do not care to create a bigger legacy for yourself, like unifying with Usyk and fighting for Undisputed, the fight is on the table. If you don't want to have big fights with Anthony Joshua, if you want to go out there and do these exhibitions with a bunch of MMA fighters, for instance, Ngannou, I saw he said he brought up John Jones. It was just the reason why I made this video. If you want to go and do whatever you want to do it, but don't hold the belt hostage. You are carrying the WBC title, and if you don't want to fight the other best heavyweight in the world, and you think there's more money for you, or it's a less risk, bigger reward in these other MMA fights, or if you want to go in that direction, bro, be my guest. But don't hold the belt hostage. I've said this about him. I've said this about plenty of other fighters. I even said this about Jamal Charlo. As much as I love and support Jamal Charlo, there's no reason why he's gone over 2 years now without a fight and he's still the WBC champion. I know there's an interim champion, but the champion, a lot of these fighters want to fight the real champion. They want to win the champion, the belt from beating someone. They want to be the best guy. And if he is not in a condition or a state where he can compete and defend his title, then don't hold it for longer. You know what I mean? Put him as champion at recess or something. But don't let him hold to the hostage, hold the main title hostage. When there's other fighters out there that's trying to complete their legacy, you may care strictly about the money, which is cool. You might go and say to the media, hey, I want $500 million for this fight, or $100 million for this fight, or whatever amount of money you're asking for fights. You might want to go fight Derek Chisora again for a 4th time. You could go do what you want to do, but There's no reason for you to hold on to that WBC strap if you do not care for it. If you don't care for titles, if you could go publicly and say, I never said anything about being undisputed. If you don't care about that kind of thing, that's cool, bro. But just let the title go. If you're not looking to compete, let it go. You've done it in the past. You let the titles go in the past when you were going through something and you retired. Okay, you've even turned down WBC mandatories before, prior to you becoming champion again. So if you don't really care, just get rid of the belt. You can still have these fights. You don't need a WBC to sanction these fights. You can do whatever you want to do. You can have another fight at Wembley Stadium if you want, with an MMA fighter or with a boxer that's not the elite level. You can do whatever you want to do. But you don't need to hold on to the WBC title if you don't care about legacy, because there are other fighters that want to get paid like you, but they care more about their legacy. Usyk wants to fight for undisputed. He wants to be a 2-division undisputed champ. He wants to fight for that title. Why are you holding on to the title if you don't care for that kind of thing? If you don't care, if you want to just fight MMA guys, do that. You know, and it's a pattern with him, because he'll have a tough fight. He'll fight. He'll have an opponent that should be his opponent, but then he'll have like 2 or 3 in between that is like, it's easy money for him. You know what I mean? He's a cherry picker, but that's cool. I don't care about the YouTubers making their money. I don't care about older or just retired fighters doing exhibitions. Floyd and Manny Pacquiao and all these retired boxers can do as many exhibitions as they want. Make your money, man. Or if you're just bored and you want to do something, do it, man. But if the title is on the line, pass up on it. Let other guys get the opportunity to fight for their own legacy, because there are fighters that still care about that thing. There are some that don't. Floyd and Manny never cared to be undisputed. You're not the first. You know, if you're not the first to not care about that kind of thing. And there are plenty of other fighters, like Ryan Garcia, that has openly stated that they don't care for that kind of thing. They care about making money. Tank Davis is perfectly fine with just holding on to that WBA junior title. He doesn't care about the full title. Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, all those guys, they care about that thing. Tank don't care about that shit. But he's still a top dog. So he is in a position to be like you. You're not the only one that's like that. But why are you holding the full title hostage? I don't have a problem with Tank. Why? Because even though he ain't fighting the people I want him to fight, he's not holding no belt hostage. That WBA junior title mean anything? Why are you holding the full WBC title hostage if you don't want to compete against the other best in the division? Go ahead, fight Derek Chisora 15 times if you want to. People will pay for it. People will pay for it. People will purchase tickets and go to the fight. Cool. Fight John Jones. Bring back freaking Anderson Silva or some shit. I don't know. Do what you want to do. But why are you holding on? For what? Why? So I respect his as far as his money, I respect it. But as far as him and his legacy, I don't really respect it. I don't. You know, I mean, you're undefeated and that's great, but you're cherry picking. And that's cool. You're making your money. If you can make your money with taking little damage, that's cool, man. Just get rid of the title. And be like these other guys that are making their money and they don't care for the belts. So I just wanted to address that real quick, man. And that's really it, man. That's how I feel about it. All right. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, man, just a random video, but I've seen Tyson Fury talking about this stuff, and I felt like I wanted to speak on it. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.